This video will go over how to organize your essay using spatial order. By the end of this video, you will be able to answer the following questions. What is spatial order? What types of essays use spatial order? How do you organize an essay with spatial order? And how do you write topic sentences in spatial order? So let's start by reviewing what spatial order is. This is location order. When we learned about chronological order, we wrote things in a sequence of time. With spatial order, we're writing things in a sequence of placement, where things are in relationship to each other. This is used when you're describing something, what something looks like. So when would you use spatial order in writing an essay? Well, a descriptive essay would use spatial order if you're describing what something looks like. You would also use spatial order if you're giving directions on how to get somewhere. And you would use spatial order if you're comparing and contrasting two things. When writing an essay using spatial order, you need to organize it a certain way. Remember, when you're writing an essay, you state your main point in the essay's introduction. Then each body paragraph explains that main point. In spatial order, because you're writing about things based on their physical relationship to one another, each body paragraph is about one or more place, part, or side. Here's an example. Let's say my instructor gives a writing assignment in which I have to write a travel guide for my home state or city. I live in Ohio, home of the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame, the Football Hall of Fame, Cedar Point Amusement Park, and Lake Erie. After completing my pre-writing, I decide to focus on 6 major things people can do in Ohio. Visit the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame in Cleveland, visit the Pro Football Hall of Fame in Canton, go to Cedar Point in Sandusky, go to Kelly's Island in Put-in-Bay and Lake Erie, visit the National Underground Railroad Freedom Center in Cincinnati, and go to the Franklin Park Conservatory and Botanical Gardens in Columbus. The main point of my essay is things that you can do in Ohio. I've created 6 main ideas to explain that main point, but I'm only supposed to have 3 body paragraphs in my essay. So I need to group my main ideas or my locations together. In this case, I need to focus on locations because I'm using spatial order, so I'm going to organize them from north to south. If I do that, here's my list of places in order. Kelly's Island and Put-in-Bay on Lake Erie, Cedar Point in Sandusky, the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame in Cleveland, the Football Hall of Fame in Canton, Franklin Park Conservatory and Botanical Gardens in Columbus, and the National Underground Railroad Freedom Center in Cincinnati. Now that I've decided to use a north to south spatial order, I just need to group my ideas together to create 3 main ideas, 3 body paragraphs. The Lake Erie Islands, Cedar Point, and the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame are all on the north coast of the state, so I can have one main point about lakeside activities. Canton and Columbus are in the middle of the state, so my second main point can be about that. And Cincinnati is at the southwestern border of the state, so that can be my last main point. So now that I've figured out how to group my ideas together and organize them from north and south to better accommodate spatial order, I just need to write some topic sentences for these body paragraphs. My first main idea, my first body paragraph is about lakeside activities. So that topic sentence might say something like this. Ohio borders Lake Erie on its north side, creating many things to do along the lake. Notice I use the transition word north to show where in the state I'm starting. My second main idea or body paragraph is about things to do in the middle of the state. So that topic sentence may say, travel an hour or 2 south of Lake Erie and you will find museums and gardens in the middle of the state. Here I've used 2 transition words, south and middle, to guide my reader through the direction of the locations that I'm advising them to travel to. My last main idea is about the southwestern Ohio. And so that topic sentence might say, end your trip to Ohio with a stop in Cincinnati in the state's southwest corner, where a bit of history will entertain you. And here I've used the transition phrase southwest corner. Using these transitions in my topic sentence is guiding my reader through the locations from north to south, which definitely adheres to spatial order.